Maya had owned Duke for 7 years, and she knew that horse better than she knew most people. So when he started acting strange, she noticed. She just didn't understand what he was trying to tell her. Keep watching to see why the horse was hugging her. Maya and Daniel lived on a cattle ranch outside of Macon, Georgia, the kind of place where the nearest grocery store is a 20-minute drive, and you learn to fix things yourself because nobody's coming to fix them for you. Daniel had grown up on that land. Maya had married into it, and over time it became hers too. The early mornings, the mud, the particular smell of the barn after rain. All of it. Duke was a quarter horse, dark brown, big and opinionated. Maya had bought him at an auction before she and Daniel were even married, paid for him with money from her nursing shifts, and the two of them had been inseparable since. He wasn't the easiest horse. He had his moods, he had his preferences, but he was hers, and she trusted him completely. What she didn't expect was that one day, he'd be the one looking out for her. 2 years before this story really begins, Maya had a miscarriage. She was 8 weeks along. There was no single dramatic moment, just a quiet Tuesday morning, and then a doctor's visit, and then the drive home, where neither she nor Daniel said very much. She went back to work after a few days. She kept going. But something like that doesn't leave you clean. It sits in the back of your mind, especially when you start trying again. So when she found out she was pregnant the following spring, she didn't tell many people. She told Daniel, she told her sister, and then wished she hadn't. She wanted to wait, to be sure, to let herself believe it slowly. Duke didn't need to be told. He figured it out himself. It started on an ordinary April morning. Maya went out to bring Duke in from the pasture the same way she did every day. He walked up to her, same as always, and then he did something he had never done before. He pushed his nose against her left side, just below the ribs, and held it there. Firm and still, like he was checking something. She pushed him off. He came right back. She stood there in the cool morning air, coffee in hand, and just let him do it. She figured he was picking up on her nerves. She'd been anxious since the positive test, barely sleeping, running worst-case scenarios in her head at 3 a.m. the way you do when you've already lost one. It made sense that Duke would feel that. Animals notice things. She'd always known that about him. So she didn't think too much of it, not at first. But it didn't stop. It got more consistent. Every single day, Duke would eat maybe half his feed, and then turn and find that same spot on her left side, like it was a job he had to finish before he could do anything else. Always the left side, never the right. Always that same place just below the ribs. Maya mentioned it to her colleague Anne one afternoon at the hospital. Anne looked it up on her phone and found something about horses having an extremely sensitive sense of smell, far beyond what humans can detect, and how they can pick up on changes in body chemistry before any test would catch them. They both nodded, filed it away, and went back to work. At her 12-week appointment, everything looked fine. One baby, strong heartbeat, measuring normally. Maya sat in the car afterward and cried, the good kind, and Daniel drove home with one hand on her knee. That night she went out to the barn and told Duke. He pressed his nose to her left side. She laughed a little and went back inside. Week 20 is when things shifted. Maya was coming down the porch steps one morning and felt it. A deep, grinding pressure starting on her lower left side and spreading up through her back. She stopped on the bottom step and waited for it to pass. It didn't really pass. It just settled into something duller that stayed with her all day. She called Dr. Ferris, her OB, who had been with her since the miscarriage. Dr. Ferris moved the appointment up without making a big deal of it, which Maya appreciated. She didn't want a big deal. She just wanted to know what was happening. She and Daniel drove to the clinic 2 days later. The ultrasound room was dim and cool. The technician started the scan, and for a minute everything felt routine. The gel, the screen, the quiet. And then the technician stopped moving and leaned forward slightly and said quietly, "I need to get the doctor." Dr. Ferris came in and looked at the screen for a long moment before she sat down. There were 2 babies. They'd been hidden at the 12-week scan, one tucked directly behind the other, the angle making it look like one. But here they both were, identical twins, sharing a placenta. Maya heard Daniel exhale next to her. Dr. Ferris explained it carefully. With identical twins sharing a placenta, there was a risk of something called twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, a condition where blood flow between the babies becomes uneven. One gets too much, one gets too little. The scans were already showing early signs of an imbalance. The twin on the left side, Maya's left, was the one not getting enough. Maya sat there and thought about Duke. She couldn't help it. 12 weeks of him finding that exact spot every single morning. Always the left. Never once the right. She hadn't understood what he was telling her, but he hadn't stopped trying. The surgery was scheduled 10 days later in Atlanta, with a specialist who performed the procedure regularly, going in to correct the blood flow between the twins before it got worse. Maya was nervous in the way you're nervous when you've already had one loss, and you're now trying to protect 2. But the surgery went well. Both heartbeats stayed strong through the weeks that followed. Every follow-up appointment brought a little more relief. She delivered at 34 weeks. 2 girls. The smaller one, the one on the left, came out loud and furious, which the nurses found amusing. Maya did not find it amusing. She found it the best sound she'd ever heard. She brought them home in June. Georgia in June is not subtle. The heat sits on you. The light is thick. Everything smells like cut grass and red clay. When the girls were 5 weeks old, Maya carried them both out to the paddock to meet Duke. He walked over and took his time with them, sniffed one, then the other, spent a little longer on the smaller one. Then he raised his head and just looked at Maya the way he always looked at her. He didn't press his nose to her left side. Not that day. Not after that. Whatever he'd been checking on for all those months, he seemed satisfied with the answer.